Now Ram and Lakshman accompanied Vishwamitra. However, Vishwamitra is still not sure whether Ram is God or not. And he starts thinking, is he God? Is he not God? Just like we people, we go to a saint. Then, is he a guru or is he not a guru? Or is he guru? But he's not actually a guru. So Vishwamitra is with God and he's thinking, is he God or not? So Ram is the knower of the mind of Vishwamitra. He's sitting inside Vishwamitra. So Ram knows the kutuhal that is going on inside the Muni's mind. And Ram is not one to dispel it so easily. He says, I don't make my understanding easily accessible. Otherwise, what is the value? There has to be a challenge. Somebody asked Raman Maharshi, someone asked Sri Aurobindo, why did God make Maya? Sri Aurobindo said, to thicken the plot, to make it difficult to attain God. So Ram is Mayapati and Vishwamitra is using his buddhi. Ram says, look, you can't know me by the buddhi. Now you have come with this pride. Is he God? Is he not God? Ram increased his confusion. They entered the forest. Ram says, oh, there's a butterfly. Says, oh my God, here this flower is blossoming so much. And Lakshman is saying, what is happening to my Bhai Sahab today? And Vishwamitra is saying, impossible. He can never be God. So this was going on. And then all of a sudden, Taraka came. Now when Taraka appeared, Vishwamitra said, there is one. You have come to kill the demons, there is one. So Ram immediately took the arrow on his bow and shot Taraka. She was the first demon that he killed. Demoness, in fact. So seeing Taraka dead, Vishwamitra was still not convinced. Are killing demons? This is possible. Even, you missile technology, things are possible. But then she fell at her body came and fell at the feet of Ram. And Vishwamitra saw that Ram bestowed on her salvation. When Ram kills a demon, he bestows salvation on that demon. And seeing that, Vishwamitra then became convinced, oh my God, I am meeting Mayapati today. So he stood and started offering his stuti to Ram. And then said, look, I have received a lot of military science education by your grace. Today I am having the opportunity. Tera tujhko arpan. I am offering it to you as an act of service. See, everything we have is his. So, nevertheless, why should I offer anything to you, Ram? Everything is yours. But the act, the sentiment of devotion is to exert yourself to offer. So, Vishwamitra offered all his military sciences to Ram. Now, that Vishwamitra knowing Ram was by the grace of Ram. Valmiki here is saying the same thing. Soi janai jehi dehu janai. If you bestow understanding of yourself upon someone, that fortunate soul by your grace can know you. Not by their ability, but by your blessing. That is why in the Gita as well, Sri Krishna said, Arjun, what is your goal? Arjun said, Param Dham, Param Sukh, Param Shanti. Arjun, do you know how you will get it? No, Maharaj. Listen. Tat prasadat param shantim. You will get it by the prasad of God. Now, Arjun, if you have any doubt, mat prasadadavapnoti. If you accept me as Bhagavan, when I grace you, you will get it. During the Bhagavad Gita, Arjun received ample grace of Sri Krishna. In winding up, Sri Krishna asked Arjun, then what is your situation now? Is your ignorance gone? So Arjun said, Nashto moha smritir labdha. Sri Krishna, my ignorance is gone. So Arjun, how did this happen? Speak up. Let everybody hear, so that the forthcoming souls of Kali Yuga will have it all clear. If you want to know Bhagavan, if you want to dispel your ignorance, do it as Arjun did it. So Arjun said, Nashto moha smritir labdha tvat prasadan maya chuta. Oh Sri Krishna, it was all a consequence of your grace. So Arjun made it clear that your grace, see, there's a difference between lecture and grace. Lecture is a form of grace, but that divine intervention which results in dispelling of doubts is the very special grace. So that is what Valmiki is referring to. That if you bestow your understanding, then that fortunate soul will know you. And then he says the same thing, and that's again, Tumari hi kripa. Interestingly, Tulsidas ji in his Ramcharitmanas has used the word kripa 700 times. Ram kripa binu sunu khagarai jani na jai Ram prabhutai. Chalo, let's one more chopai for today. Chidanandamaya deha tumhari vigat vikar jan adhikari.
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 नर तनु धरे हु शांत सुर काजा कहु करहु जस प्राकृत राजा.
नर तनु धरे हु संत सुर काजा कहु करहु जस प्राकृत राजा.
नर तनु धरे हु शांत सुर काजा कहु करहु जस प्राकृत राजा.
नर तनु धरे हु संत सुर काजा कहु करहु जस प्राकृत राजा.
So now he says, Ram, your body is Chidanandamaya. Our body is made of material energy. Shiryate iti shariram. That which keeps deteriorating is the body. You ask anybody who has crossed the age of 50, what do you think about the body? He says, "Aye, sahab, even to maintain it is a problem." This is the human body. And he says, Ram, your body is divine. Now when the soul attains God realization and goes to the abode of God, the soul will also get a divine body. But there'll be a difference. There'll be a difference between the soul and the body, even in Golok. In the case of God, He Himself has become His body. Deha dehi vibhedoyam neshvare vidyate kvachit. Ved Vyas writes. Deha dehi bhidhaschaiva nanyaschaiva gatachana. Naradji has written in the Pancharatra. So God and his body are one. However, that divine body, when Bhagavan comes in this world, he camouflages it. So, what we see is completely different from the reality. In that divine body, he doesn't have any jatharagni, fire of digestion, he doesn't need to eat, he doesn't need to sleep. However, in this world, Ram, during his avatar kal, he's also eating, he's also sleeping, he's also feeling thirsty, he's also going for his daily ablutions. Now, people who apply the intellect, they came. This is Ram. Yes. He feels hungry? Yes. He goes to sleep? Yes. He goes for daily ablution? Yeah. Oh, what kind of Bhagavan is he? So, there's a little gimmick that Bhagavan uses for his body. And what is that? You are able to see his divinity only to the extent of the purity of your heart. That is why when Ram entered the mandap of Janak at the time of the Swayamvar of Sita, all people out there saw Ram differently. Vidushan Prabhu Viratamaya Disa Bahumukha Kar Pagalochana Sisa Dare Kutil Nripa Prabhu Nihari Manahu Bhayanak Murati Bhari Nari Vilo Kihara Shihiya Nij Nij Ruchi Anurupa Janu Sohata Singar Dhari Murati Parama Anupa Yogina Parama Tattva Maya Bhasa Santa Shuddha Samasahaja Prakara Hari Bhagatan Dekhe Dvau Bhrata Ishta Deva Iva Sab Sukhadata Janaka Vilokata Sahita Videha Vilokata Rani Sisu Sam Priti Najati Bakhani, etc., etc. So, the specialty of Ram's body is what? Jaki rahi bhavana jaisi Prabhu murati dekhi tinha taisi. The extent of your spiritual power, to that extent you can get his divinity. And the proof came when after Ram killed Taraka, Vishwamitra brought him further where the rishis were. And he introduced. And Ram Lakshman said, do your yagyas, we'll stand guard. Marich and Subahu came. And Ram finished off Subahu right there. And he sent Marich to Lanka without ticket, with one barn. Now everything was complete. Vishwamitra said, your work is done. Operation complete. Your work is done. Now there are two options. Either we can head back to Ayodhya, or there is a yagya that's going to happen in Mithila. If you like, we can do some sightseeing. So Ram said, definitely. He's up for an adventure. And Ram and Lakshman accompanied Vishwamitra to Mithila. There, they took residence just outside the city in the Amra, the mango grove. However, Vishwamitra Mahamuni aaye, samachar Mithila pati paaye. So Janak got the news that Vishwamitra has come and he is accompanied by two charming princes. So Janak now went to have darshan to welcome Vishwamitra, but his eyes fell upon Ram and Lakshman and everything changed. Durihite dekhe dvau bhrata nayanananda dana ke data Bahuri Ram chhabi dham viloki rahe thithaki ik tak pal roki. Tears of joy started rolling out of Janak's eyes. and his body is trembling. And he's looking at Ram and Lakshman, just looking and looking. And he says, what is happening to me? Sahaja virag. My mind is naturally detached. I don't need to do sadhana. Take the mind away from here. Sahaja virag. Rupa man mora. Thakit hot jimi chandra chakora. I am getting attracted to Ram like the chakor gets attracted to the Chandra. So he's saying, what's going on? Inahi vilokata ati anuraga. There's one rag, attachment. There's anurag and ati anuraga. I have become completely attached to him. So on one side, he did sadhana for detachment. Now he's got attached to Ram. So he said, what's going on out here? So he analyzes. Brahma jo nigama neti kahi gava ubhaya rupa dhari ki soyava. Is it that the Brahma, which I worshipped as formless till today, has taken on a form and has come? Perfect analysis. You are seeing God. Now all the kings in the assembly of Janak also saw God. And Janak himself saw God. And such a vast difference. Because Janak was adhikari. His heart had been purified. So this is what Valmiki says, Chidanandamaya deha tumhari. That your body is divine Ram. One who is adhikari is able to see it. Since we are not adhikari, we need to become adhikari. And as a part of becoming the adhikari, we have to purify our heart through this Ram Katha, through the Ram Puja, through the Ram Nam Kirtan. We shall see what else. Now the real spice of the conversation is going to come. Because he is going to tell Ram where to reside in the forest. He's just warming up for that.